All right, recap time. So, where we ended up after the hour and a half long exploration of the room. Um, so, after everything you'd been through the jungle, the fire, the murders, the politicking, the interviews by the fire marshals, you heroically rented a room um, and you rented the premium, magically soundproofed, whale rib ceiling, sauna equipped, self cleaning, at least bed that you've found so far, refillable drinks cabinet, luxury containment unit. That was the premium suite. So it kept all of you guys, at least for one night, in one place. Oh, Racer, thank you very much for that. And I just saw the co-streaming request. Sorry, can you send that through again and I'll agree to it? Collab request. Accept. Yeah, I know you're here for the emotes, baked. I understand.
Bye.
All right, mid recap. There we go. So you've kind of events that were critical to your actions in the last session. The door had to be sniffed. The door had to be licked. Um, there was great investigation on the smell profile of the timber. There was immediate cannonballing into the plunge pool without any real consideration of or investigation of it whatsoever. But that turned out okay. There was Fokionas covered in soot and blood and miscellaneous other excrement face planting into an incredibly comfortable and thankfully self-cleaning bed. Alia bobbing around, holding her severed arm and falling asleep with it, which just evokes imagery of a little kid with its lovey. Snuggling this decomposing arm, probably flecking some of it off into the plunge pool. Fokionis spent just every moment he could in the pool that he wasn't dragging crap all over the bed. Kitty, obsessive and compulsively inventory sorting the minibar, just like a kindergarten teacher slash logistics commander. Zach ritual identifying the velvet cloak of protection that now has its cannon paw print motif permanently embedded into the back of the midnight blue velvet, with the caveat that the cloak of protection only works while the room is rented to you guys. It resized itself to Alia when it was put on her in her sleep. And thankfully, that no one was allowed to sleep in the sauna so that there were no deaths by drowning risked by your team. Oh, there's Alia in her cloak up against the camera. Thank you for the bits as well. So I was adding this up, and after a bit over 2 years in the real world, your group finally had a long rest. So that's
Yeah.
that's been managed. Congratulations, you definitely needed it.
Yay.
I feel like
Oh,
8 hours may not be enough after that long in consciousness.
can I just get 5 more minutes?
Yeah, another 5 months. So where we left, the room as you went into your slumber dimmed down into a perfect sleeping temperature and lighting level, and there was enough of a glow for anyone to navigate like any evening ablutions that they needed without tripping over anyone else. Um, Alia was already asleep and remained that way, snuggled in with the new cloak on. And where we left was Kitty being the first one who awoke to her notebook. This is Kitty, the only one at this point aware of this, just furiously scratching on its own. So
What?
that's where we left off. That's where we need to pick up. So the first thing goes to Kitty. What would you like to do with that information?
I'm currently the only person awake. I fixed it.
You have been awoken by your book, and as the best you can tell, yes, you're the only one um, who is awake in your casino-like room that no one checked for windows or anything behind the big blackout curtains. So yeah, you had a good rest. You're pretty confident it's the morning, but as best you can tell, you're the first one awake. And you've got various bodies scattered around on lounges and futons and duvets and the floor and the bed and general chaos of this group asleep.
Kitty jumps up and runs to the bathroom.
Good call. So entering in there, it's the same level of opulence as the outdoors. It's almost half the size of the outside room. It's got another, don't know why you need it, maybe for the privacy, but another big massive bath that's on like golden feet. It's got huge big like 5-person shower with multiple faucets and things in there that have got similar crystals to what are on the sauna, so a red and a blue mounted into the wall. Massive mirror. There's like sinks in there that look a bit out of place with the kind of olden days D&D style decorations of the room. There's actually some modern amenities in there. It's a bit jagging to go from like the real world that you knew, what you'd gotten used to in the way that this world seems to shape itself, and then you're in this bathroom that looks like it could be in a renovated house in an expensive suburb of Melbourne. So that isn't why you went in there though, but you've now investigated the bathroom. You've got some privacy in there, and when I'm assuming you said you ran in the bathroom. Did you open your book as well? Is that?
Was there a door to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Door
Essentially,
is closed.
Yeah.
Kitty
It's
is
got that
sitting.
sort of. Sorry.
No, all good. Door is closed. Kitty is sitting on the toilet lid. Book open.
And there was a latch, so you have the room to yourself at this stage. No one is going to be stumbling in on you, which is probably a safe option in this group. Well, sorry, I'm assuming. Sorry, I said the door had a latch. I didn't ask whether you locked it behind you. So sorry, did you lock the door behind you?
Absolutely.
Okay, that could be important to what may or may not happen as other people start to wake up.
Athletics
Kitty's
check.
used to working with children who can reach door handles, so the door is locked always.
That's fair. I think every parent wishes that they could do that. So you woke up to that familiar sort of like scratching vibration, almost like the book's version of a phone that's on silent but on vibrate. But it's not quite the same, but that's the closest we can get in as a comparison. And you did feel it initially once, very briefly, when you were in with the fire marshals and in the midst of everything that was going on after you got the hood pulled off your head and were rescued and met this crazy group that are currently asleep on the other side of the door. But this time around, it seems a little bit more insistent, and the book has almost a warmth to it as you're feeling like the scratching and vibration. As you take it out, the book, as you've used before, with this sort of notification that you receive, knowing that there's something happening. As you open it up, the book just slowly and steadily, no sort of chaotic, crazy, uncontrollable flipping, just goes to the back, where almost on the back page of the book, on one of the blank pages, the paper itself starts to display this finely written, very eloquent script with like a silvery veined ink, like an old-fashioned fountain pen style ink, but with silver threaded through it. That scratching doesn't have the vibration anymore, but just still has the same noise as what woke you up. And now that you've got it open, these long, looping, elegant script starts to appear and then settles into the page. And as that warmth of the book sort of cools a little in your hand, the vibration stops, the ink remains there as you're reading it, and there's a message there for you. So I know you're a mad note taker. If you would like me to send this to you after the session, I can shoot you the message in Discord, but if you want to go madly writing, you can. So it's Kitty. I'm so relieved you survived. The mayor has something brewing. Do not confront him yet. This is like very brief, clipped written text that you're getting, as you can probably pick up on from the punctuation I'm trying to verbalize. Watch, listen, report back. Mort and I do not yet see the whole board, but you are not alone. You can trust the chaos around you, and the chaos is all in capitals. They may be unconventional, but they are true. I am proud of you. And then it's signed off with Tiatha. And then at the bottom, there is a PS. Always remember, cleanliness is next to godliness. And as you're reading this, do you at any point touch that text on the page, or are you just reading it in the book?
I'm reading it in the book.
Okay.
Kitty has not yet showered after her experience, and she nods as she reads the bit about cleanliness is next to godliness. Kitty does not touch the fresh pages with dirty hands.
All right. So that's the message that you have received. Like I said, if you think it's important during the session, I can quickly shoot it through on Discord, but otherwise I will send it through to you as well, because Kitty would have a copy of this with her thoroughness. But just as a reminder in terms of how your book functions, because it's been a while since we talked about this, when you close it, that actual message in the book will disappear. So you've got access to it in that book until you close it again. So what would you like to do with that little bit of information? Sorry, is there anything immediate you'd like to do with that? And otherwise, I'll jump across to what's going on outside, and we can come back to what Kitty does next.
Yeah, jump out. Kitty's just staring at it at this point, reading over it.
Yep. Okay. So for the rest of you, I am going to get all of you, please. Just there is no negative connotation. Well, I hope not, depending on what you roll. But can you all
That's what
just
you
give me a
say.
perception? Can you all just give me a perception roll, please? If you've got any pluses or negatives, add or remove them from it. It's not a check. It's just a straight perception roll. So if you do it in D&D Beyond, you'll have a button there where you can just roll on your perception.
7.
Ali is
Are
a
we
7.
supposed to click the long rest button?
Oh, passive
Yes.
perception, yeah.
No, not your passive. This is an actual roll on perception.
Oh, there.
Cool. So recover all hit dice.
Oh, so big.
If you run your long rest on D&D Beyond, it should automate all of your long rest functions while Egg pulls faces at the camera. All right, so Ali had a 7. Has anyone else rolled, or are some of you still doing your long rest?
I've rolled. I wish I hadn't. I may as well have not have, but I've rolled.
What did you roll, mate? What's
Are you ready for this?
Wow.
Yeah,
4.
a 1. Oh, okay, sort of 1.
It's not that one.
All right.
Saving that
Zach.
for like a fight or something, where it's really important.
11.
11. How
All
are you
right.
in double figures and whatnot?
So, Zach, you actually come to consciousness first. And with an 11, you just sort of catch the tail end, like literally, of Kitty and her like frizzy hair that is quite a bit out of place from a night's sleep, despite her best efforts and constant adjusting of it. But as you kind of come to consciousness, you're not exactly sure what woke you up. You could have sworn that like your mobile phone was buzzing next to you, but now that you're actually conscious, you realize where you are in reality, and horror and everything floods back in as you realize where your life currently is sitting. And there is no mobile phone, but you do see that as you're looking around that room and seeing the rest of the bodies, with like Fokionas and Ali are asleep, cuddled together on the floor. The bed is currently empty, but you do know that the kitty did take the bed at one point. I believe that Fokionas and Alia were sharing the bed, but at some point Alia and Fok have fallen out, but are still asleep with their 7 and their 4 respectively. But you do see that in the bathroom that the kitty has just disappeared into there. As you are the first one awake and those 2 are asleep, do you want to do anything before we kind of rouse them? Because none of you had anything super spectacular or super awful.
No.
All right, are you right?
Okay. No.
Try and stretch some kinks out from sleeping on the duvet.
Just
Because you're on essentially the futon, like you.
yeah, he's used to it.
You're not used to that at all.
It's
Is that what?
better than the ground, I guess.
I was just wondering if that's where Zach had to sleep when he brought up to his wife that the bed magically cleans itself.
Yeah.
If that may
This
be
week.
maybe where he ends up.
This week
So
only half the bed magically cleaned itself, and the other half just stayed the same.
Alia, you kind of come to consciousness next. Looking around, you barely register that Kitty's nowhere to be seen. Zach looks like he's awake and he's just sort of trying to desperately unkink himself from the lounge chair that he'd slept on. You are aware that you somehow woken up on Fokionas, but that hasn't really been anything surprising with where you generally find yourself sleeping when it's sort of migrated from sleeping on or near Ivy to on or near Fokionas as time passed. I will give you with a 7 that you do almost miss it, but then you do realize that you have this beautiful soft black cloak on now that is quite stylish, and it's a lovely velvet. And yeah, it feels nice. But somewhere while you're asleep, it has now come onto your person. Do you want to take any actions other than sort of coming to consciousness before we rouse Fokionis and take some next steps?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Fokionis, you're the last one to awake, and you wake up with
Sleeping.
the sort of pressure coming off your chest, but as you roll over, sort of sleepily and unconsciously trying to grab that cuddly pillow back, you roll over face first into the sauna. So you are rudely awakened by taking in like an absolute snifter and face full as you inhale like a great big lungful of sauna water to bring you to
Excellent.
consciousness with your 4.
Excellent. See,
Um,
like Fox head like slip up from underwater once he gets his bearings and just spit out a spout of water.
Yep. That seems about accurate. And the 3 of you, as you are sort of getting your bearings, and 2 of you on the floor and 1 of you in a lounge chair, barely notice with your epic rolls there that as Zach, you'd be the first one who notices it, but as Fokionis being the last one to come to consciousness, wakes up, that familiar sensation of what you saw in the bar the night before with the food coming up through the sort of the bar top. The same thing is happening on the quite large, for want of a better term, coffee table that's near the duvet that Zach slept on. There is now again just that plain simple hot breads, butters, condiments, meats, cheeses, like just a whole range of fill your belly with warm but not overly exciting food, and like steaming hot coffees and teas are available there as well. So the food has appeared as the last of you has awakened. We're just going to duck back over to Kitty and see where she's at, and then we will see what happens with the rest of the group and what happens for the rest of your day. So Kitty,
Camera cuts back to toilet.
we go to the other side of the toilet door. Where has Kitty gotten up to as she can hear like the sounds of other people coming to consciousness, and then almost this beached wail noise coming from the other side of the door. Clearly, the toilet's not soundproof, which could be a problem when Fokionis uses it later.
I gotta destroy it.
You're muted, Kayla.
Again, Kitty's still sitting on the toilet reading over the note again and again. And when she hears Fokionis splashing and gurgling about, takes a deep and reads over the capital word chaos in the note and just closes the book and puts it safely to the side and washes her hands. Yeah. And then puts the book away and opens the door to see what's happening.
Now, interestingly, for the rest of you, Kitty, you could hear what was happening, at least the louder noises that were on the other side of that door, but the rest of you didn't hear anything at all until that door opened. So, for those of you none of you obviously know what the inside and the outside was happening, but two of you have two different pieces of information there. The three of you, Zach, you saw Kitty go in there, so it's no surprise to you that she's coming back out. But like to the best of what you can hear, she might not have flushed, she might not have washed her hands. Like it's questionable as to what was happening there at all because you didn't hear nothing coming through that door. Unbeknownst to you, Kitty, you could definitely hear especially the louder noises of what was happening on the other side of the table. And as you come out, you have the exact same situation as what the others had described to them. Alia and Fokionas, Kitty just appears out of nowhere as the toilet door swings open. Fokionas, you hadn't even realised she wasn't in the room with you at this point.
No.
And for the others of you, not terribly much of a big shock. But you've got breakfast on the table. Kitty, you've had what you've looked at there. The rest of you, as you mentioned right at the last session, you do have access to an internal bathroom in this room. And very quick recap, because it's 2 years old information, that is one of the very few locations where you guys are not monitored, which was a key part of some things that various things that you were doing as we wrapped up the the unintentionally extended break. So you have that private space in this room. But you've got food on the table, you're finally rested. Everyone appears a lot cleaner than where you were.
Fokionas does.
Sorry, Zach.
Say again.
You probably use the bathroom before Fokionas does. So
What? Come on. So I'll just use the sauna.
Already there.
That they might cause poison damage if you're urinating on the magical.
Is
the
there
magical
purple dye
rocks.
in the sauna rocks? Like,
mate, do you really think the rest of this group would need to
no.
need purple dye to spark up out of the sauna rocks to know that you've urinated on them? I think not.
No.
I know that in a desperate pinch, like, you can drink your urination once, but I don't think you guys are in that desperate a pinch that the magical sauna needs,
Wait,
to
Zach,
be watered.
quick, polymorph me into Bear Grylls and I'll drink my own piss.
And Zach misunderstanding this as he goes to the door could possibly just polymorph you into a bear with gills.
Yeah. I mean, and then
Or a
Bear with
bear
Gills
holding a
just jumps
barbecue.
into the spa and the hot bath and feel good.
Or it could just be, a barbecue, a bear holding a Weber grill, and that's. Oh dear, I'm too tired for that. Too bloody. All right, so Zach's off his morning ambulations. Zach, there's no, like, you previously, like, you guys had some messages go back and forth through bathrooms. You don't see any sign of any of the rest of that. It's literally just the bathroom, and you can hear what's going on the other side as you're using the facilities. So, even more lending your suspicions that Kitty may not be as hygienic as what she puts on.
Curious. I just spend a little bit.
Your mic's gone.
What?
Spend a
Spend
little
a bit of
of
extra time washing my hands, but other than
there we
that, I just
Loudly.
loudly. Yeah, how do you do that? Sing a song. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
which nobody on the other side, you guys aren't hearing any of this. To the best of your knowledge, you're doing, the most passive aggressive messaging to Kitty about, clean up after yourself. Kitty, I'll give you being the first one awake. You did notice that Zach slept with his hat on, so you're still no closer to the mystery of
What's under Zach's hat?
what's under the hat that you didn't quite catch when he tipped his hat, but didn't quite take it all the way off to you, to doff his cap to you or hat to you. The mystery remains. All right. What would you guys like to do from here? Like, and we can go into the minutiae of everybody's trips to the bathroom if you want to do something specific with that
Nah.
private space where you've got it. Feel free, but you're here. It's the best you can tell daytime. The room has sort of come to a comfortable light. Again, still not sure whether there's windows or anything here in this room, but you're awake. You've got food. You've got drink. You're able to get clean, which everyone took care of in my notes in some way, shape, or form, whether magically or with water last night.
Yep.
It's all right. Fox sniffed out the food and he's just over having a breakfast mezzy.
All right. Hey, Racer, can I get you for me, please, with Alia, just while Brecky and everything's going on? Can you give me a either survival or medicine roll? I'll tell you why in a sec, but just while that's happening and you guys are
Medicine roll.
getting food, etc.
16.
16.
survival.
So
Okay.
brilliant. With just as you wake up and you realize that, oh, the arm. I've got to do something about this, because you can see that there's a bit of decomposition starting to creep into your new favorite
tasty.
companion. So rummaging around in your storage in amongst all of the various just crap that you have been picking up, you manage to MacGyver this sort of semi-skin membrane formaldehyde just concoction that that seems to stabilize the decomposition. It still had a couple of days of or a day and a bit of not being quite so fresh as it once was, and it's been through fire and flame and trauma, but it's now in a lot better state than what it was, and at least for the time being, it's no longer in danger of rotting to pieces or the flesh starting to drop off the arm. There's still bones sticking out the end of it, and it's still clearly a dismembered arm, but it's a dismembered arm that's not in danger of falling to pieces just yet. The arm lives another day. All right, what do you guys want there?
Is that a mechanics club?
There's the cosplay version.
Sure is.
No way. Oh, I don't often switch to the big camera so I can see what's going on, but this strikes me as one of those times where I need to hang on. I need to see that a bit bigger. That's amazing. For anyone just tuning in, Kayla has made a real life cosplay Alia that is being decked out. And there's the arm, and there's the Alia. Oh dear. Oh,
I will never submit.
dear. Well, as that happens, what do you guys what do you guys want to do next?
I got that for you, Racer. I hope you know that.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's amazing.
Kitty's eating. Kitty's having a fat time, having a delicious breakfast that she hasn't seen in a long time. Yep. With Fokionas.
Oh yeah. Fokionas is just, fashioning his own breakfast type burrito, but like on a much larger scale.
Very impressed.
Ali is searching for the cheeseburgers.
Yeah, well, Fox found some eggs that weren't yet cooked, and he's like had a massive idea to go over to the sauna, and he's like cracked the egg on the rock to see if it would form into some sort of like egg cook thing there, and he's like rolling bits of ham in there, and he's getting his chef on.
Mate. Give me. Oh, what do I want you to roll for that? Give me a. I need to sync you up because you've had your long rest now. The name is not the greatest, but I think it's the best fit for this. Give me a survival check.
Survival check? Come on.
Well, It's the
You
closest
don't
I've
know
got
where
to
those rocks have
you,
been.
where you're
16,
essentially
yeah.
almost like you're in luxury suite and you're campfire cooking over magical coals.
And getting away with it. 16, let's go.
Yeah, you have somehow managed to flatten out this this crusted loaf of bread with
Yes.
mixing in. I'm not sure exactly what you used. It might have been a bit of like last night's leftover beer. It might have been some coffee. It might have been any of the above. But you have somehow managed to flatten it out into something somewhat resembling a burrito. And
I love it.
you've cooked eggs and ham to a delightful, surprising composition, and somehow managed not to leave a mess all through the sauna, so it's not going to
Fox
smell
very
like
happy with his
green
work.
and ham for the next
He
person.
looks, looks up at the rest of the group with that suggestive like eyebrow raise with as he's half eating a mouthful, going, anyone else want some? This is good. This is fucking good.
Kitty does.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fox
Kitty
tears it
did
in half
see-
and
Make as
delivers
many as
half
you
to
like.
Kitty.
Yes. Kitty makes him a coffee.
Ooh, that's a good trade.
I know they were already
I'll-
there and they were free, and I just picked it up, but still.
I'll give Racer. You had a whole stockpile of cheeseburgers that you pilfered from Mort's at one point, and I'm
Yep.
extremely confident you haven't eaten or given away all of them, so you could.
Oh no, they're all gone.
Oh, have you? Of course they are. Well, you're fucked. I was just going to give you cheeseburgers out of your storage, but I appreciate your honesty. You are left pining for hamburgers.
Yep.
There's no role that's going to produce them at the moment.
Nope.
Fox looks
All
sad
right.
face and offers the remaining part of what is not a hamburger, but still some sort of warm food. And good. Like, doing some sort of 6-7 hands while he does it.
God.
Aaliyah goes up, sniffs it, and scratches her nose.
Right, no good. All right. Fox goes, okay. Eats the rest of it in one bite.
Oh,
At this
Cheeseburgers.
point, the DM realised that the next hour and a half is going to be about breakfast.
I'm here for it. It's
Still in the room. Yeah.
we can follow up an hour and a half on a room with another hour and a half of eating breakfast in the room if you like. I'm entertained.
And Egg's like,
Session
I
title.
missed rehearsal for this shit.
I could be Vickering the Dibley and Sherlocking the Holmes.
Figuring
of-
it different.
Instead of watching an imaginary barbarian cook an imaginary grill on imaginary hot coals in a sauna.
Tell me more
A
about
magical
Vickering
city
the Dibley.
that
How does that work?
you're the play.
It's like
I know, you
Twister,
tell
but
me.
with like a different spinning. But don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh. Yeah, what do you want to do, guys? This is
We are officially
this
Team
is
Chaos.
your
Go
Yep,
out
it's-
and
it's
start
facts.
exploring the city before the day ends.
What do you mean? It's only
Yeah,
breakfast.
our house to sniff out some fucking cheeseburgers.
Ooh.
all right.
Can
Alright,
Kitty
if
look
you're
out the
feeling cheese-
window?
Wait, there's a window?
Oh, someone's actually gonna see if there's some windows. Look, if you look behind, actually, there's two ways that you could do this. Can you give me an investigation check? You will still end up at roughly the same outcome. It's just going to be how you get there, essentially.
15.
15. So you initially start like these big heavy curtains. Like, fuck, how do I move these and shift these and find out, is there a bloody window in this room anywhere? But as you start trying to do that, realizing like this is an exercise in futility. They are incredibly heavy, but you do find in moving them around that next to the door as you came in, there's like a little mini version of a dungeon lever like a Diablo lever, but it's very much miniaturized, almost a little bit bigger than a light switch, but still very clearly a lever, almost like an Alia size lever. And when you pull that, the one whole corner essentially surrounding the bed of those curtains just silently fold back to the side. There's floor to ceiling glass, and you guys can see out. You're in the corner room of the one-eyed narwhal, and that corner is actually looking across at that big sort of round dome top atrium style building, like that dominated kind of the landscape as you're coming across the bridge and then turned left to get to the narwhal. That is now clearly visible. The sun is clearly up. The day has begun. The light floods through the room. Like two whole sides of your room are giving you a view. Yeah, I can see pinging. It's close enough. That's the building that you can see. It's got a bathroom facility there. That's the little icon. I got to remind myself that there's a bathroom in that building that was meant to be invisible. So thank you for pinging that for me. There was the one that was meant to be visible for your building. I made the wrong one visible. There you go. That's the one that you got in your room.
Hooray.
So yeah, you can see it, but whereas last night it was devoid of any kind of activity really, other than some guards that were posted at a couple of the downstairs entries. You can now see that it's a hive of activity, but it seems like there's a limited amount of foot traffic to that building, just from what you can see at a glance as you're opening up the windows without really investigating any further at this point. But you do also see that those mid and higher tiers of that building, there is a lot of traffic flying in and out of that. It seems to be the predominant mode of travel in and out of that building is flyers, those bird people.
Sky traffic.
But yeah, you found the curtains, and you've definitely got windows.
Well,
So
it's
you
still
got that
daytime.
open, and Alia was chasing cheeseburgers. So who else wants to do what? Because we can move on and split the party, and Alia can go on a hunt for cheeseburgers if you like. I'm always up for splitting the
Split
party.
the party. Never split the party.
Oh, but Alia's cheeseburgers, guys.
That's fair.
Let's go sniffing around town.
Can I do like a perception check out the window and see if there's any cheeseburger looking anything? Wait, Alia,
Yeah.
did you vocalize that you wanted cheeseburgers?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can I have a look around through the window
On at
and
least
see if
2 or
there's
3
anything
occasions.
cheeseburgerish?
Yeah, you don't have any particular advantages, but yeah, straight perception roll.
Oh,
Look for the
See if you
gold.
can, if there's anything of note.
yes. 19.
19. Look,
Bang.
with 19, you can tell within like the full spectrum of your visibility that there is absolutely not a food vendor in sight. Like without a shadow of a doubt, there is not a single food cart, food vendor, food stall, building selling food that is anywhere in your sight line. But what you do see is somehow you missed it last night as you were coming in, but on multiple sides and multiple entries up and at the downstairs of that building are several signs saying City Hall. That big large building across from you guys is the City Hall building.
What are we gonna do?
And
What's-
there's
can we-
from
oh,
the
there is
window you've
Hey.
got, and like this, the one-eyed narwhal isn't the most like opulent high-rise building in the surrounds, so you don't have visibility of everything. But you did do a 19, so I would say that you also notice that the higher up that people seem to be flying in and out of that building, the higher the quality of whether it's clothing or the items that they're carrying. There definitely seems to be a tier system. I'll give you with a 19 that the higher up the building people are coming and going from, the more refinement, wealth, standing that seems to be on display. Seems to be a very, very clear caste and level system. Foot traffic being the more mundane, workery looking people that probably look closer to you guys than anything else.
Cool.
But yeah, no, definitely no cheeseburgers. You are super confident on that.
Okay.
Aw, man.
Kitty would like to relay this information to Alia. Say, I can't see any cheeseburgers, but I think I'm gonna go see if Fitz is up. And
Elliot pouts.
Kitty would like to go downstairs and see if Fitz is about.
Yep, go for it. Just before we follow that thread, is anyone else going as well? All of you going? Some of you going? Some of you
Yes.
staying?
I'm
Just so I know where
pouting, but
people
I'm
are.
following.
Go.
Alia and Kitty
Go
are
with
going
them.
down to see Fitz. What do you do, Zach? Sorry.
I'll go with them.
Yep. An Alia style lever with the hand. Oh, that's great.
Where did you get
put
that?
You put that together fast.
What did you have to search to get that? And do the FBI have you on a list?
Maybe and probably.
Considering it looks like a child's hand that has been stripped of flesh and then turned into a
Then there's
I don't know if this is like handy or not, but there's like amazing amounts of these type of things on Etsy for some reason. Like, oh,
of course there
okay,
is.
sure.
Course
that
there
tracks.
is.
Yeah.
I just want the picture. I
Well-
don't want to buy one. Please don't give me ads.
It's canon now that the lever to do the curtains is no longer just a lever, but it is instead a skeletal hand.
Yes.
And it says Venice every time you open it.
Venice.
Venice.
I just wanted to be the doorbell for the room.
Venice.
All right, Fokionas, the rest of the group's trooping out. Kitty, as best I'm aware, still has the key.
Yeah, I'm going with
strap
Greg,
around her neck,
as
and the
always.
rest of the group's going. And as you go down with, you came into the room with food and drink in hand.
I
Going
leave the
down with
room
food and
with
drink in hand.
food and coffee in hand.
Just the composition of the
I found
change.
fruit, some sort of Danish type thing. There's some bread in my pocket for later, just in case, because it's been 2 years
Yeah,
since the last long rest, so I'm
course.
just loading up.
I'm not even going to question where that pocket might be as opposed to your storage. So I'm sure that somewhere on that that
Pocket,
skirt that you're wearing, there's a
yeah,
pocket.
belt.
As long as it's not Fokionas' prison pocket that he's keeping his he's keeping in his wares. Yeah.
There'll be no hot pockets in this stream. Thank you.
Ah, dear. All right.
Question.
Yeah.
Sorry, before we go down and see Fitz, how long
Yeah.
did we rent the room for?
A couple of days, isn't it?
3 days.
Okay,
You
cool.
did 3 days.
Cool beans.
So you guys handed over the 45 gold. You were tracking who was doing what with the gold chip-ins, but that was why Fitz didn't want to take more of your money for the food and drink. Like, he was happy to just load you guys up and send you on your way, seeing as how you handed over that much for a 3-night stay with an option to extend.
For what is literally a 1-star budget motel on the side of the road in the middle of the hay plains, that's worth
And every item
one
of
bronze
furniture
coin a
is
night or
in,
something.
yeah, every item of furniture he owns is in this one room that we're staying in.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing anywhere else.
It's a
It's a
village
baller of
B&B.
a
It's
room.
literally his own room. He's just moved into the cupboard for the 3 nights that we're
I
there.
didn't thought of that. I wish I had. That's great.
He's behind the other curtains.
That's the other lever. It's not a hand.
That's where his other arm ended up. That he no longer has attached. It's the other side of the glass opens up, but only you can't see out of it. Reflective. No. It is not the big brother. Not the big brother.
It's not? Oh.
That's gold. Fitz is down there, looking happy and fresh and dressed in similar sort of clothing to what you saw the night before. The color of the clothing he's got underneath that sort of chainmail but covered in sort of masquerading as a leather barkeeper's apron, but it's very, I forget who had the role on it, but you can very clearly tell that like it is functional as well as functional. So it's got a double function. For whatever reason, he's both protected and has his barkeeper's apron on. And as you come in, you're reacquainting yourself with the fact that he's got like a wooden leg and he's got one arm that's pinned up, so his left arm ends at the elbow. He could definitely do with. That's why I was so excited to see the arm that Ali was carrying last when you guys met. That I thought it was absolutely hilarious that he could definitely have used her around when he lost his. But he's up and about. There's no one else in the venue at the moment, but he's super excited to see you guys. Greets you all happily. Appears to be starting to get ready to pour some drinks. And how did you sleep? Come on in. How was the food?
Fox
Good
says,
morning, Fitz.
yeah, Fox says, still eating, half mumbling at food. Food's good, really great.
Yeah, Fitz doesn't appear to have like a slow work. He was at full happy tilt and Adderall energy when you guys met him last night, and he appears to be in exactly the same state like every good publican everywhere.
What?
Yep,
Right, let's
he's
ask
here,
this
he's
man
about.
questions. He knows this town, we don't. Like, I look at him and go, so, there he is looking for cheeseburgers? Like, question mark?
And you just
Perhaps,
see
you know
this.
what, where can we acquire, a purveyor of such fine food?
Small Max.
Small Max.
You just see it doesn't even respond. Just a smile starts to come across his face, and he pulls out like this the same little notepad that you saw a couple of times the evening before, scratches something in it, tears the page off, and then within around 2 minutes, you have cheeseburgers platters coming up through the bar, and just gestures.
That's
Anything
what
else?
Kitty was hoping for. Yes, Fitz.
Set it up.
Aaliyah's just like fucking shoving them into her bag.
And Kitty slides another gold coin across the bar, and it's just like, yeah, just keep them coming, please.
You see him start to sort of go, not doing this again. Yep, righto. Picks up the gold coin, and this time just sort of wraps his knuckles on the bar. And so I would say in that first kind of dump of collection, Ali, you would have ended up with around 15 if you took all of the cheeseburgers that came up. There were 3 different platters, around 5 on each. So if you just like slid the whole lot of the tabletop like what you did at Mort's, then you've currently got 15 cheeseburgers. And after a little bit more of a wait, as you guys are sipping on your coffees and sort of wondering when's it going to pop through, less than 5 minutes later, this time around, there's about 60 of these cheeseburgers that appear on the tabletop. The 3 platters are just sort of dangerously teetering. You've got almost like cheeseburger towers. You have an
I'm gonna eat
abundance
an
of cheeseburgers.
entire platter to myself, and then bag the rest.
I can't believe you guys have been eating now for 45 minutes.
Hell yeah.
You've
75
right.
cheeseburgers.
Well, did anyone else eat any before we just give Ali a carte blanche on the cheeseburgers?
Nah,
That's fun, any.
Alia growls at anyone that comes close to the fucking cheeseburgers.
And Kitty pats her on the head.
God, yeah. I'll give you 75 well-protected cheeseburgers. Ali is restocked on the cheeseburger front.
Yes. Good
And then,
for
as you know,
friends.
Fitz is just wiping up and cleaning down the bar behind you. Yeah, and as you noticed last night, that just despite the fact that it's not the newest establishment, it is a really well maintained. He clearly takes pride in his establishment. Like it's squared away, even if it is a bit like mismatched and cobbled together. Aside from the premium room, that thing is fucking fire. So you've got your cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Kitty's happy. That was her entire reason for coming downstairs. Was to ask Fitz to make them cheeseburgers.
Num 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 num.
Kitty, with your actually, I just want to check one of your passives real quick. Give me a sec. Where are you, intelligence wise? Oh,
Depends which one you're asking
wisdom.
for.
Kitty, but I was just looking at your wisdom and your intelligence. But your passive, at least with your passive and your wisdom, it's a pretty safe assumption. Like you, with your 19, you saw that it was clearly the city hall that was across the way. You're extremely confident that that is where you would expect to find a mayor in a town as well. I should have given you that with your 19. I'm just retroactively sorting that out.
All right, Kitty figured that bit out. City Hall's where the mayor lives.
I figured she'd crack that code, but it's your player deserved that information as well.
Thank you. Appreciate
That's
it.
okay. Yeah, no worries.
Kitty wrote it down. It's fine.
You cracked the code. It's a pretty complex one. All right, so sitting at the bar making small talk with Fitz, eating cheese. Well, you can't eat cheeseburgers because they're all gone.
Yes.
He does hold up what appears to be another one of those limoncellos and just gives the bottle a little shake, looking eye contact with if anyone's interested.
Yeah, Fox, happy for breakfast beverages always.
Huh?
Digestive?
I missed that, sorry. Yep.
Digestive?
So
Yes.
these beautiful cocktail glasses come out at breakfast, and the two of you have yours placed in front, and then there's a couple of others placed on the table if anyone else wants one.
Nice.
Is Fitz Italian?
No, he's not Italian.
Because we
No,
had
he
meat and
seems-
cheese for breakfast and an aperitivo when we came downstairs.
But Fitz very much strikes you as someone who knows what he likes, and he doesn't have any airs on, but he makes sure that it's decent and warm and filling, and plenty of it seems to be like the motto of how things work, of what you've seen so far. And he
Got
does seem very
salty
keen on
Sea Dog
keeping his
vibe.
customers happy.
So, yeah. Kitty says,
Yeah, just
grazie,
like a captain,
in
he's trying to keep
case.
his crew happy. Sorry, Kitty, say that again.
Kitty says, grazie, just in case.
Grazie.
He
Scusi.
has a cheers, and somehow he's got one of his own, and he's having one with his. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no. You didn't trick him into any Italian. There was nothing for him to slip up. What do you want to do, guys?
You
If
can't
they-
leave it to Fox. He's just going to keep eating and drinking.
All right.
Should we?
Kitty slams her drink, puts it down, and says, we should probably do something. And gets up and walks out the door.
That Mayor seems like an interesting person. I'm sure we should talk to him. Like try and follow Kitty out.
Yeah, two of them are gone. What are the other two?
Means
I'll
doing?
follow
that-
Kitty.
Oh, we're
I'm a fellow Kitty.
We just follow.
I need to
We're
walk off
just
to
like,
hamburger.
"Oh,
All right.
Cheeseburgers.
So as you head out, it's much better lit, but you're getting a bit of a better look at the place, and the city/township seems a lot bigger than what you'd initially noticed, because you were coming in at dusk and on dark. So you weren't getting the best sense of scale, but you can, you're definitely now seeing that huge hand is just dominating the top of that landscape, and you can see the sort of size and scale of the buildings that are up and amongst and around it at the very top, and almost like the city is a larger scale of that city hall. There's very clear tiers to the buildings and the levels of the place. People seem to be moving with your passives, seem to be moving pretty freely around, but you can definitely see that there are levels to this community, to this place where you currently are. From where you're currently standing, like you obviously can't see everything, but you definitely can see that there's a small sort of open area down to your, what would that be, to your west. The City Hall building is literally across the cobblestones from where you are currently standing at the entrance to the One-Eyed Narwhal, and there seems to be like a whole variety of other miscellaneous buildings nearby that you're not 100% sure without looking into them more closely what they are or what they do. But you're essentially across the road from City Hall at the moment.
Okay. This is the same. It's like in the map, the one that has the vertical entries.
Yeah, like literally on the map it says City Hall on the roof.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure I was talking to Fokionas or Dante there.
Sometimes blurred lines, something.
But yeah, look, the crystals that are on the roof are meant to be green, but I don't know whether they are or not. So if I need to change anything as a result of that, I can. Are they green? They're not. What color are they? I'm colorblind. Work with me here.
They are golden, but so are the trees
Okay.
at the bottom of City Hall. So I'm guessing they're also meant to be green.
The trees were just flavors, so they weren't. Yeah,
Oh,
well, then I will try and describe them as golden and remember that that's what color they are. The joys of being colorblind. It has its moments.
they look the way that buttered popcorn tastes. You're welcome.
What a graphic way of describing it. Yes, so I can't be too snarky to Dante then because I didn't know what color the crystals were. So yes, that building is City Hall.
You're all good.
The
You
way.
can 100% be snarky to me.
I know. But yeah, and then you would just need to, like, you've got essentially a whole city here at your disposal with the whole range of different areas to discover and poke around. But the one structure you would definitely know what it is because of opening the curtains and rolling a 19. You know what that building is. It's dominating kind of the landscape where you immediately are. And then you can see a road going sort of upward around behind it as well. So if you're looking like at the map, you guys are essentially seeing your visibility is sort of there at the moment with what you guys can see. If you see the stream, you can see that that's essentially your field of vision from out the front of the One-Eyed Narwhal, which is the building that's underneath the toilet facilities to wash your hands.
All right. Surely
With
be
what I
checking
thought
out.
was a very
City
fitting
Hall.
toilet sign.
Is there any food smells coming from any direction? Can we roll for that?
You can give me a perception roll.
Oh,
Fokionas. Let's
come on, where am I going? I'm here. Perception is there. 11? He says, hopefully.
Mate, you're getting a lot of scents
Oh,
that hit your nostrils. Probably the predominant scent you're getting is that it looks like that some of the carts and horses that have gone across the bridge that's right next to where you are appeared to have like dropped off some of their offerings. So where your initial excitement was that maybe you'd smelt someone that's putting together some wheatgrass shots or something like that was in fact no, just a horse of some kind that has left their own shot of wheatgrass on the bridge.
Yeah, I'm not eating that.
It's an 11.
Not eating that.
But you're getting a better look at the city as you guys are deciding what to do next, and it's a real mix of different architectures and looks. Like it's kind of got Roman and Greek and miscellaneous bits of maybe Old English fortress, and it's sort of this mismatch of like what you've seen in other dungeon levels where things have kind of bizarrely sometimes been slotted together, and just like with your room where you had like the really upmarket but more medieval kind of trimmings to it, and then you go into the bathroom and it's almost like a strikingly modern affair. The city has a bit of that, but without the super modern aspects. It's that real mix of architecture kind of jumbled together.
Gotcha.
So you're out the front. You've got. It seems relatively early in the day. There's some people wandering. Like you can definitely get a better look at the amount of traffic. Doesn't seem to be increasing too much at the ground level of City Hall, but there definitely is more flyers coming in and out as the sun is getting higher in the sky. And in more other areas around, like there is a lot of bird people flying around this city. It seems to be dominating the landscape is those same sorts of figures as the fire marshals that you met. You guys are definitely the anomalies here from what you can see so far.
Yeah.
The land bound definitely seem to be in the minority so far.
Interesting.
Kitty turns to the group and says, "So, what are we going to do?"
What are we gonna do?
Does anyone have anything that they would like to do?
Ooh.
No.
Anyone, come on. Fokionas is looking wistfully at the City Hall building. Still.
Yes, check it out.
I'm
What's
curious.
it look like inside?
I'm kind of more curious about the entrances that are inaccessible or inaccessible for us. But you know, I see no way to climb them at this
You
point in
want
time.
me to polymorph you into a bird?
Oh, yes.
Sure. All right. Just don't get into any trouble. Yeah.
I mean, sure. What could possibly go wrong?
I polymorph Fokionas into I don't know what kind of bird.
Just not a seagull.
Like an eagle or something.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
All
Are we
right,
rolling anything,
so-
Spars? This just flat out work.
Yeah, no, you guys, you're a willing participant in this. So if you are okay being polymorphed, what did you get turned into? A giant eagle.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
just a
pretty
normal
sure
eagle.
I have a normal eagle.
Okay.
I got things set up for your polymorph. It doesn't look like I did an eagle in there, but that's okay. We'll look up the stats for the eagle if we have to. I can easily pull them up. So you just say normal eagle rather than giant eagle.
Yeah.
I guess. Like, I mean,
Oh,
a Fokionas size normal eagle.
well, no, because you actually turn into what you're being polymorphed into. So you would go from Fokiona size to like eagle sized or
Fair
giant eagle sized, which is a lot bigger than eagle size. They are significantly different sized creatures.
True.
Well, see, now you can go up and check out the.
Right. So with a very majestic Fokionas starts to like flap wings, but he's not used to flying because he's pretty rubbish at having wings, having never had wings before. So it's like, you know, sketchy first time giraffe as it's just born type flying as he sort of poorly makes his way up past the maybe first level, and then like there's lots of flapping, and then all of a sudden he comes back down onto the ground and you just hear like oh this flying stuff, fuck.
Well, let's just check the eagle because I don't think he can actually talk.
Okay, well then all you hear is like
Let me. I'm just going to get the.
What is he saying? Does he want to turn back or not?
The
No, I
eagle.
don't
It's just
think
like
he does.
furious
Okay.
nodding of said beak.
He's
I
right.
had
Is he
the
happy? Oh, he's nodding. Yes, he is happy.
I had the giant eagle. I just realized because you were doing giant animals and giant badgers at one point. I didn't have the actual eagle, but now we have an eagle. All right, there we go. So Fokionas the eagle, you have 3 hit points.
Oh yeah.
You have an intelligence of 2.
That much.
Wisdom of 14. So some perception and stuff there, but yeah, your intelligence is 2, dude. This is going to be an interesting experience. And you don't have any languages, so yep, you can literally be squawking and
I love it.
and carrying on in that regard. Oh, glorious! All right, so you've sort of done a test flight, come back and confuse Zach. What would you? The rest of you have just watched because there's just been this quick conversation, how much attention you're paying, but all of a sudden Fokionas is just, and there's now an eagle sitting on the ground that has just done a test flight and come back apparently very puffed.
Your business long.
What would Fokionas like to do next? Unless Zach
well-
is panicked and turning him back to Fokionas.
What has Zach done?
You wanted this, so
All right, cool. So so Fok tries again, and he's going to fly up, and this time he's going to get into the first level and be happy with that, and he's going to go inside and see what he sees.
All right, I will give you. So as you are flying up in your eagle form, you can definitely perceive that there's 3 different entries, and they are more than big enough for your eagle size. Like there are human-sized, large human-sized birds flying in and out of those. Which of essentially, with 3 to choose from, you've got a right, a middle, and a left. Which one are you looking to Fokionas the eagle fly in through?
Middle.
Middle?
I
Yep.
reckon.
Now, are you trying to be sneaky in any way? Are you just
I
trying
don't know
to
if
fly
I can-
in?
I think I'm
Are
just
you
trying
trying
to
to
fly
remain
in,
unnoticed?
not making a ruckus if possible, but keeping in mind that is not the most graceful of eagles.
All right.
But I'm not trying to go unnoticed, but I'm also not trying to make a scene.
Okay.
That doesn't help you.
All right. No. It's if you were trying to remain unnoticed, we would have had to have done a roll to see whether you remained unnoticed.
I can't be
just
stealthy
flying
at the
in.
best of times. You want me to try and do it as an eagle?
That's pretty funny. Look, you can absolutely fly in without issue, and with just the passive eagle perception and decent eyesight that you've got as you come in, you make it in without incident. You find that as you come in, your perspective's a little bit jarring from what you're used to as a person, so you're sort of at a different level. The way you're seeing things is a little bit different, but you do find somewhere that you can kind of sit, which turns out to be like a handrail, quite a large handrail, as you come through that entryway, and you find that there's essentially around the outside from where you can see of the building that you've just flown into and the rail that you're sitting on, there's a whole series of like walkways around the outside where all of the building space is kind of taken up on both sides of that walkway. So there's kind of there's offices, for want of a better term. There's definitely like sectioned off areas towards the outside of the building, and then there's also sectioned off rooms on the inside of the building, and then around the outside of those is this walkway where this handrail is that you are currently sitting. So you've got essentially this walking space, fly-in entryway. Then there's people definitely walking once they've flown in, and there definitely appears to be some of them going in and out of what appear to be, for want of a better, to intelligence previous knowledge as Fokionas, kind of like offices built into either side, and then from where you're sitting on the handrail, like you can just look straight down, and the interior of it is just hollow. There's no, with your 14 passive perception, there doesn't appear to be any like stairwells or anything like that that you can see from your current perch coming up to this spot. It seems to be very much sectioned off to people who are either flying from the ground up or flying from the outside in.
Okay.
No one has bothered you just yet from flying in, nor does anyone seem to be paying you a lot of attention that you can tell passively.
Cool. All right. I'm going to try and make it to the perch and see if I can sit down and blend in, so to speak, so I can suss out what's going on.
All right. Blend in. Give me a. I might have to do it. I don't know
A
if you
failing
can open
roll?
the
Sure. Let's
eagle.
go. What do we got?
If you can do you got stealth. So if you can roll a d20
Stealth?
and add, that will be your dex. So you get to add 2 to your roll. So if you roll a d20 and then add 2.
Oh, okay. Just a D20. Meh.
And then I need to do a roll as well.
How am I
while you're
doing that?
I'll see if I can hand over ownership of the
Oh,
eagle to
yeah.
you.
See, that's as expected.
Oh no.
That's as expected.
Yeah, what happened?
I got a 7.
7. Okay. So you kind of reposition yourself to find a better spot. And for the rest of you downstairs, like you just watch this second flight of Fokionas just do this, rah, and then up he went straight into the middle windows. You lost sight of him as soon as you passed through. It's quite, from where you guys are outside compared to the interior of that building, it's quite dark. You got no sight line on him once he's passed through that archway at all. Fokionas, I need to, before I say what happens next, I need to do a roll. Hang on. Where is he? Why do I do these characters invisibly? Sorry, I'm looking for one of my NPCs.
Excellent.
Search for him.
There's a Spar NPC incoming. There's a new group member incoming.
Oh god, you and your freaking adoptions. All right, I need perception. Oh, it's not great. All right. Oh, but it's better than your 7. Okay, so
What? No way.
you kind of trying to reposition yourself to get a better look at what's around. You've got the sort of handrail perch, but it definitely looks like there's some nicer spots that are a little bit elevated, almost kind of like, not 100% sure with your 2 intelligence what they are. It might be a shelf, it might be a hook, it could even be a torch on there for all you know, with not the brightest, but you reckon you found a pretty good spot. And as you're sort of perched there, you're a little bit higher up than where you were before. So if you were Fokionas level, the handrail you were at sitting around sort of like belly button level on Fokionas. So it's like a human heighted handrail. You're up a bit higher, so you're almost at kind of Fokionas' shoulder height. And as you're super confident that like you've glided across, you're mastering this flying thing on your 3rd attempt, and you've glided to this much better position that, like, as you're trying to get your bearings and look around, you don't actually see a whole lot more. You can kind of see that there's doors on some of the building, other rooms that circle around the building, but without further investigation, you don't know exactly what those are. But as you're sort of perched there and looking around, you hear this. What did you do? 7. You hear this soft voice that is really close to you. You didn't even hear anyone approaching. You hear this, oh no, oh no, oh no, and feel just this gentle touch, like gentle pat, like a caring, worried, reassuring touch. And when you turn your head, you see I'm going to put him up on the stream, right at your eye height, to your
Oh.
really perceptive eagle vision. You just see this most stunningly beautiful, handsome man that is just looking at you with big eyes full of worry and concern. Like, this dude is just the most classical, walked off the pages of a romance novel, handsome, but also has an innocence to him as well. And with your passives that you have as an eagle, like, you can see that there's like a slight upturn, almost an elvish tilt to his ears. He's very much dressed in a garb that is like that is workmanlike. It's very much representative of what's in that image, without it being a one-for-one representation. But there's like overalls over the top that are clearly worn and dirtied with work. There's shirts on underneath that are, again, they're clean, they're tidy, but they definitely have seen use. And in the hand, it's not like just gently reassuring and no threat at all from this person. Like stroking your feathers, Fokionas. You can see the other hand is has been guiding along essentially like a mop and wheeled bucket that has come along through the rotating walkway with you. But all you can hear is just this, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, as this man is attempting to sort of reassure you, and you can feel it, like the gentle pats, and like what you would in attempting to potentially rescue a lost or injured animal. You can also feel that he's just gently trying to get your feet to step onto his hand. So there's no force, there's no threat that you can feel. You're a bit surprised because you didn't see him coming, but you can definitely, even with your limited intellect, feel that there's an attempt here to kind of gently pick you up.
Okay. All right. So Fok is both starstruck in a way, in the same way that you would be if you were, watching old Fabio Can't Believe It's Not Butter type advertisement, but also like flapping around his wings because he realizes, I don't want to try and squash this dude and whatever else. But then he's also like, maybe I do. Maybe he'll catch me. And he's not really confused. So of course, then he does nothing and then just runs straight into him. Well, not runs, flies, flaps, crashes, if you will.
Look, that was glorious. I don't think I need to roll with that, but as you're doing all of that and gently being guided to, you just get held, cradled. Like, it seems impossible that someone who is just so strongly built could be cradling a eagle which looks small in his arm and chest, because this guy that is nearly as big as Fokionas, just a very different look to him. The same sort of chiseled muscles, but you didn't really recognize that until you felt that gentle cradling. And I just saw that Alia has her own emote for Race's channel, and that is just the best thing that I've seen all day today. So go sub to Miss Racer to get that emote. That is just wonderful. And he, at around his neck, is this. Let's try this similar to the one that what Kayla utilized. We'll see how much of this translates across, but you do have quite a high perception as an eagle, not necessarily intelligence, but you have quite a high perception. And there's sort of this softly glowing card, for want of a better term. Like, it doesn't quite look the same as what you were used to from almost like what the access cards that cleaners would use or security would use or people would use going in and out of buildings. It's kind of like that, but it's much thicker and it's got it's a more metallic feel, and it's got runes engraved across it that glow softly. But you can't help but see this because it's kind of glowing in your face as you sort of flap a little bit and then sort of nestle in to this guy's brawny chest. And all you can hear the whole time he's like, go them up, he's got you with two hands, and all you hear is this, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And it's just this, you can hear the tone of it changing, and it's an attempt at trying to very clearly, you can tell, an attempt to sort of calm you, but there's no friction, there's no risk of breaking or harming anything on you. You feel completely safe,
Excellent.
and you're now sort of cradled in 2 arms.
Okay.
What
Yep.
would you like to do next?
Oh, I'd be pushing, like, would I be like stretching the friendship if I sort of half nuzzled into like with the beak, like feeling quite happy and content with this, like.
This channeling is in Alia. This is great. But you absolutely can. As you are snuggling in to this handsome stranger, you can feel he's just a gentle kind of rock and sway of his gait, and you
This
realize
episode's taken a whole nother direction.
this is not where I expected us to be. 45 minutes of eating and now cuddling handsome strangers as an
And Zach
eagle.
is like, oh, maybe he didn't want to be an eagle anymore.
Oh, that'd be so good, Zach, if you like magically turn me back while he's holding me.
So where we're currently at, so you can see Fokionas in your like just lulling state and the comfort, almost taking you back to childhood, or the childhood you never really got, of being cradled the way you are being held. That you are back to that same window that you entered through, and you can see as you're sort of rocking and swaying that there's a little bit of a platform there that people who aren't flying in can stand on, and you feel yourself just being gently held out and still held. So you sort of got, there's a hand underneath your feet, and there's another one just gently cradling between your wings that are folded in on your chest, but you are being held out, but held safely. And you can just feel like this little sort of little kind of pulsing motion, like an almost like seeing whether you're going to fly or not, like oh no, oh no, oh no,
Okay.
oh no.
All right, so I take the gesture and I take flight again as gracefully as possible, which is not that gracefully at all. But
So
I try and I'll fly back over and maybe out and try and find the rest of the group, because I assume they haven't made it inside yet.
Well, I'll double check where they are, but just to see what you got, to come back to you guys and see what you see essentially. And we're going to have to just saw the time. My goodness, we took some turns this episode. Did you guys stay there waiting for Fokionas, or like what have you done, just so I don't kind of put you in a position that you don't want to be in?
I feel like watching intently on what
Castle.
Just be like, when is the best point I can turn him back?
Straight to devious. I love it.
Well, what you guys see then, if you all stay there and sort of were locked in on seeing him sort of disappearing, like all this happened quite rapidly with that grabby roll, but you saw on that second flight, you saw him disappearing, and then probably in real time, in all honesty, probably only less than 5 minutes had passed, as what Fokionas was doing was the things that he went about doing while he was in there, but he was in there for a long time before you then see, maybe 5 or 6 minutes after he went in, you, from the height of the building and the distance that you guys are, you can't passively make out a lot of details, but you can definitely tell that there seems to be a humanoid that doesn't have any kind of feathers on, that is holding a bird that looks a lot like Fokionas out in 2 hands, just very, and it happens very slowly and very carefully. Again, passively, you guys aren't picking up on any of the auditory stuff, but you can definitely see there's a figure, seems like pale skin, long brown hair, dressed in kind of workmanlike clothes. From the distance that you're looking at, that's about as much as you'll be able to perceive, and appears to be holding a bird that is very similar from the distance you're looking at to the eagle that was Fokionas that flew into that building, and is very carefully holding that bird out, like through the platform or the archway that he flew in on. That's what you guys can see at the moment before we see what Fokionas does, I need to give you guys a chance to at least be aware of this part of it to see if there's anything you want to do. Make your own decisions.
I think we should leave these lovers to their. I'm just interested to see where this goes.
All right. So Zach's leaving the eagle, as is Alia and Kitty.
Right.
Are you just watching this unfold?
I'm watching.
All right.
Kitty is anxious to see what information Fokionas has. The entire way here, Kitty's entire reason for coming was to get to City Hall to find the mayor. But after reading her book, she now doesn't know what to do. And everybody else's enthusiasm to go to City Hall, she's just been standing quietly in the background thinking, I don't know if I can go in there or if it's safe. So she's anxiously awaiting Fokionas to turn back into Fokionas and not Bird
Not
see what
Birdionus.
to see what information not Birdionis has to give. Sweaty palms.
I was thinking
Yeah.
he was Feagle.
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 Mm.
All right. So
Like a
Fokionas,
feagle.
you need to make your decision on it. You were clearer on definitely could perceive the intent of this person, and you're definitely not getting any kind of ill will. It is very apparent, even with your limited intelligence, that this person is trying to see if you can and will take flight,
I
and
will,
relocating you back
yeah.
out.
As I mentioned before, I will, as gracefully as possible, attempt to take flight and move back out of the entrance to whence I came, and maybe sort of look over my shoulder to see if he's still watching as I miss the tree and then circle down and spot the rest of the group and sort of land with a not so graceful like half thud.
So
He's a
as
pregnant
you're
bird.
doing pretty bad. Thank goodness that didn't happen to Fokionas' head didn't fall off. Oh, Dumb and Dumber for the win. So yeah, as you're taking flight and look back over, you see this big smile, this oh no, at this waving to you as you just happy as and waving to you as you fly off and fly down. The rest of you actually see this figure waving, and you hear this strange phrase waving to this bird that then comes down to join you before that that figure kind of just disappears back into the building, and you lose sight of them. And Fokionas or Feagle is now down at ground level. I think, because I'm sure Kitty is going to be full of questions with her anxiety, I think Fokionas rejoining the group might be where we pick up. He's safely landed, but we might pick up there next time. I think rather than potentially going down wherever that rabbit hole might lead.
A long rabbit hole for sure.
Oh my goodness, I did not expect. I never know what to expect when I walk into these sessions with you guys, but I did not expect the
Nor should you.
the joy that brought, or the yeah.
That's gold.
I better put Honor away.
I have to remember that at the start of next week, I'm still a Feagle.
Yes, you are a Feagle, and the map reflects that. So you're in eagle form at the moment with your group.
Nice.
So that should hopefully help it be a little bit easier to remember. Kayla, do you want me to send you that message that was in the book, just so you've got that? I'm assuming from the breeding that was a yes, please. Yep. You muted yourself again.
God damn it!
And Ali has been busy making emotes while the the session is unfolded.
I haven't.
Or whoever made it, Racer, they're great. You got 2 of them. I just
I
realized there's
did
a
make
second
it.
one.
There's 3.
There's 3.
Oh, there's a
There's
sleep.
actually more. I
They're
just haven't uploaded them.
amazing.
ChatGPT, motherfucker.
They are so good. Oh, let me know if there's any. If I've got any slots that I can add in. I would love to add in at least one for each of you
Holy
guys
Jesus.
into Twitch chat. So if there's any of those that you don't mind me using as well, let me know. But if not, that's okay. I can always make some up as well. I don't want
I
to be
can send you
stealing
the
your
files. That's
content.
fine.
I don't need all of them. Just if you pick one, because I did it with the last campaign. I've just been really remiss with this one. I had one for luggage and I forget what the dwarf's name was that Fokionas played. And
What one do you like
American.
more?
It was Zenfire
surprise
Thunderstone.
me. They're all great. Zenfire, that's right. Yeah, any sound good. That was great. I got so sidetracked with those emotes. They look amazing. If you guys want to make your own, feel free. But otherwise, I'll make little character ones up to put in for your guys, so that we have. I'll figure out what to drop out of Twitch and put them in there, so that we have little character emotes for the characters. That sounds fun. Yeah, let's leave it there. I got distracted by emotes. I'll send Kitty the note that she received. So reminder the rest of you, even though you heard that, your players aren't unaware of that. And Fokionas, we'll touch on. I might just need to work with you with the questions that Kitty no doubt has as to what Feagle remembers and is able to communicate with the combination of the 2 intelligence and a 14 perception.
I've got some ideas of how I could play this. I don't know what the questions are, but I've got some ideas.
All right. Well, I'll definitely let Fokionas take the lead and only chip in if there's elements there that Feagle may not have accurately been able to pull apart too much. But we'll unpick that little situation when Feagle becomes Fok. I mean, you could ask him now, but you're just going to get
exactly.
I dead set thought that a polymorph was going to happen with the cleaner at the top of the building. Just ended up all of a sudden holding a.
I was hoping for that too.
Giant fork.
Romance.
We didn't quite make it there. But yeah, I thought
I
that
will
would
say
be
though, from
on the cards.
a role play point of view, it made little sense for Zach to just randomly see you being held by a dude and turn you back into an orc when you were sent up on an information gathering. But it is Zach, so yeah, maybe.
It could be exactly what we would expect from him.
True that. All right, you beautiful people. Thank you very much for your understanding of the late start. I think we packed a lot in. You're definitely on a culinary, like you're on Anthony Bourdain's D&D. What's the what's that anime one? I haven't watched it yet. The
Dungeon.
Tasty and Dungeon.
Yeah, Tasty and Dungeon.
Tasty and Dungeon. Yeah, it's an episode of like Tasty and Dungeon with Team Chaos and Kitty B. Oh, all right, you lot. That was endlessly entertaining.
As always.
And I realized too that that you've got a little flying minion that comes around with you guys too, that was rescued from the bandits, even though it can be resummoned. So I need to give your Drake its 35 hit points back too.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to remind me whenever you guys next level up Racer that I need to just jump in with you before the session starts and make sure that your Drake in here accurately reflects the stuff that's in D&D Beyond, because it doesn't sync them. Sadly, the sync tool that I use through Patreon doesn't sync the minions.
Oh yeah.
So I've got to remember to do it. It's fine where it is at the moment because we did it 2 years ago on your last level up. But I just remembered the other night that, oh yeah, next time you guys hit the next milestone, we need to make sure we double check your Drake and look at his flight and etc.
Yeah. All good. If you guys want to take screenshots of your Hero Forge characters, I'll turn them into emotes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
That sounds amazing. G'day, Angel Asmodeus. We are going very well. It's 11:30 here. We're just wrapping up the stream. I'm sorry you've dropped in just as we've hit the finishing point, and a polymorphed eagle just finished having cuddles with a very handsome stranger.
yeah.
The replay will be up on YouTube in the next few days, and we'll be back next week. You're fine next week, aren't you? You don't start rehearsals next week, do you? It's the week
No,
after.
Next week is opening night, so for
Okay, so
Jesus Christ Superstar, so I can't.
All right, realm
Okay.
night then.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'll
we're
download it by
we're
then.
not
for
back
sure.
next week. Yeah, well, it's been down the last like 18 hours as they've done maintenance. So
Yeah,
you got a
they've
week.
moved to different servers.
Yeah, AWS was a
Oh.
little bit too expensive for
Yeah,
the number
fair.
of players, I think. Well, do you want to just drop in the Discord when your next play date is then, Egg? Like when your next
Yeah,
availability date?
it'd be the Thursday after.
Okay, so that'll be the
About
12th.
yes.
All right, easy. Well, we'll resume on the 12th. So, Angel Asmodeus, sorry that you're coming in right at the end of it. The replay will be up before the next session, absolutely. And then we're 2 weeks' time, we'll be up again. Oh, there's Feagle. the wedge tail Fokionas. That's great.
The egg
On
that would
that
be
note.
funnier is Zach tried to like unpolymorph me, but like got distracted and only got it half done.
Should I make an emote out of it?
That's
Oh,
look, you can make it. Let's not make that his main emote though. Oh, gosh. He's been an eagle once, he's been a Fokionas a long time.
Years. Literally.
Hey, Racer, while you're
Yeah.
making the other ones, if you get on a roll with it, do you reckon you could make me a just the arm that Alia's carrying around? I think it deserves its own emote. Not with Alia attached, but just literally
Yeah.
the one
Like I'll find a severed
on the
arm,
arm.
fucking turn it into a caricature,
caricature.
whatever. Yeah, that, and
Yeah.
then I can turn it into an emote.
Yeah, perfect. I'll start clearing some emote slots so that we can bring all these ones in. So we'll be emoted up.
You'll
for
like the
D&D.
one I sent you to.
All right. On that note, I cannot wait to see it. But I'm gonna wrap it up then, guys. Thank you again for your patience and for the endless entertainment and the questionable decisions that bring so much joy to my evenings.
What do you mean?
What do you
funny.
mean?
I had no idea where you guys were going to go, and we started off with 45 minutes of what we're having for breakfast.
Yeah, that could have gone longer. To be fair, like you got to.
I know it could have. I was just like, well, you got to decide on what you're doing next.
It took us 2 hours to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We had children.
Exactly.